What's up, guys? It's Tajae here, back with another Last of Us Part 2 video. And today we're going to be breaking down the official story trailer of The Last of Us Part 2. And I think this dropped, if I'm not mistaken, about 3 days ago. And this was easily like the greatest trailer the game has gotten this far. And pretty much I want to go into the trailer and like break it down and try to point things that we've missed and try to piece clues together and stuff to see, what's going on in our story thus far. Now, this is something I did want to do at first because I know a lot of people like know the leaks or whatnot. So I just want to give you guys a quick discretion to not go to the comment section if you do not want to be spoiled. I haven't seen any leaks of the game, so I'm not going to drop any spoilers in this video. I feel like since people have seen the leaks, they will try to ruin the game and tell what actually happened and point out where I'm wrong. So of course, if you haven't seen any leaks, you want to stay spoiler free, do not go to the comment section. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into the breakdown. Rated M for mature. Lit.
I know you wish things were different.
All right, so first I want to talk about this really quick. So this is of course a flashback within like going into the time frame of The Last of Us Part 1. And what a lot of people don't really notice here is that Joel, he's wearing like the original outfit as well as Ellie, which means this would have to take place from like quarantine zone up until all the way until they get to Tommy's, because that's like they wear this outfit the entire time. Now I also want to say, if you like keep it rolling right here, you see that Joel actually has his shotgun. Now he actually gets the shotgun from Billstown whenever he meets back up, like reunites with Bill to get the car or whatnot to do his favor. So due to the fact that he has a shotgun, this has to take place after he meets up with Bill. And Ellie, it looks like she doesn't have her pistol on her. Like I didn't see it behind her right here. If you like go right here, like I mean you can't really see it tucked in. So let's say if she doesn't have her pistol, for instance, this could be taking place before Henry and Sam die. This is like before they meet up with them, but it also could take place after that. It just depends. So I'm not exactly sure where this falls into place. This could be either traveling from like the suburbs into Jackson when they're trying to get to Jackson after Sam and Henry die, or this could take place before that whenever they're actually traveling to Billstown and they just have like a mess up with the weapons. Like they could just like had a fault, like an error. So yeah, that's really interesting to me. I don't really know where this is. This could be Pittsburgh. It would be very interesting to see. But yeah, that's like the time frame this will have to fall into place if we go by their clothing and like the guns and weapons that they do have, and fit that chronologically how that fits into The Last of Us Part 1 story, which is really interesting. Again, that's really cool. I can't wait to see this entire thing. And I just want to say also that Ellie's character model as a young little girl looks flawless, looks perfect, and I wanted this more than anything, and seeing her back like that, like it makes me more excited as ever, like excited as hell, because I really wanted that back again. And it kind of sucks to see her grow up in the game. Like we don't want to see Ellie grow up, but it is what it is. It is what it is. And then of course we have Tommy and Joel riding up to Jackson, or like Jackson County, their town. So I just want to say this right quick. We see that Joel has a guitar in hand, so I don't think there's like any struggle going on here. Maybe they're like doing patrols or like going around the camp. Who knows? They could have been going to the dam and then went back to the city. A lot of things could have happened, but I don't think there's like any struggle going on right now. I don't think there's any beef. I think they're just living in harmony, like Nilj said, between like the 5-year skip or whatnot. And I kind of feel like Joel will be a playable character at some point. Like he might not be. But if this could either be a cutscene or it could be like gameplay, like we don't exactly know just because everything runs in real time. But that'd be very interesting to find out. Of course, we already went over this screenshot. I guess I'll just point out some things again. Of course, this is the younger Joel. If you look at his guitar, like right here, he has the moth symbol, which is the symbol that Ellie actually got on her tattoo. And I think Ellie got this to resemble, like, as a resemblance of Joel. Like, she got this because she loves Joel, and he teaches her how to play guitar. Of course, this is also him playing a song for her, as you guys can see if you roll forward. So this could be where Ellie learns the guitar. This could be where she gets the idea for the tattoo, like later on. This is where she pulls it from, as well as this is probably the first time she see Joel sing a song, because she really wanted Joel to sing her a song for the guitar. So this could be that scene where that happens.
I wish things were different.
Moving on. Okay, when I first watched this, I thought this was a school. This actually turns out to be some type of like coffee diner. As you guys hold on, wait, like up here you can see it's like a diner / like coffee shop. I don't know what they're doing here, but again, this has to be going by Ellie's clothing. She's with Joel, okay? And I think this takes place like after the revenge run starts happening, mainly because like if you look at Ellie's clothing, this is what she wears whenever she's like on that quest for revenge. So I don't really know what's setting her off. Again, we still don't really know. And we, of course, Joel is with her, so maybe Joel's helping her with whatever's going on. We don't exactly have full context yet, but that's that.
But they ain't.
Plus, they're having a conversation about. Also, if you just go by the context of their conversation, because he's saying like, "I know you wish things were different. I wish things were different, but they ain't." They're obviously talking about something. Like there's some type of struggle going on where she's obviously trying to go and capture somebody or do whatever she's trying to do. We don't exactly know yet, but going by the context of their conversation, again, I think Joel is actually assisting Ellie in whatever's going on until, of course, she runs off on him whenever she like later on in the trailer. Here, obviously got a lot of infected. Now, this actually makes me excited because I feel like the first game lacked like a lot of infected encounters. I've always wished like the first game had way more. Like I don't know. I like survival horror stuff. And The Last of Us is like, it's not really a survival horror game, but I feel like it has elements of it in a way. And I feel like it just had too many human encounters. And I'd really like to see more like infected encounters in The Last of Us Part 2. So I'm hoping that this is like a hint that there'll be more like horde-esque type encounters, if that makes sense. But we'll see. We'll have to just wait and see. And I remember so also I will pull up the screenshot. I thought this would be the subway from the first release date trailer where we saw like the group of enemies coming through the spores with their flashlights or whatnot. And it actually, I remember somebody pointed out to me that it says like airport in the top of the screenshot. So like this is probably more than likely not the subway. This could be like at an airport somewhere. I'm not exactly sure, but yeah, I think I was kind of wrong on that. But I do know that this does not fit also inside the subway just because she's not wearing her mask. And see, I'm not exactly sure how that fits in. I'm not exactly sure because she had her mask, which means she'd have to be with somebody like in that exact spot of the game, the release date trailer. But here she's not wearing her mask again. So I feel like they're not the same area. Again, I just don't feel like they're the same area. This could be like inside the mall, maybe, that we saw whenever the in the release date trailer we saw like the infected like crawling. But again, I'm not exactly sure because at the same time, airports have shopping centers, so this really could be an airport at the end of the day. We'll wait and see, though. We'll see. Of course, Avdina again. This, I can't tell if this is Jackson or somewhere else because it looks kind of like a smaller settlement, but it could be Jackson. Not exactly sure what that is. I thought it was Jackson at first. Somebody pointed out to me that it might not be, so keep that in mind. This may or may not be Jackson.
Please stop.
Please stop. The same exact scene where somebody gets clapped. We don't know who dies yet. That's what the gunshot was in the last trailer. Okay, there's also a difference in this scene that I noticed. So if you go to the release date trailer, this cut up here on the top, Ellie, she actually didn't have it like sewed up. It was kind of like open. Inside the final version of the game, it's like stitched. It's like stitched together, which is like, I guess, like extra attention to detail. It's pretty cool. It's nothing too serious. Also, the bruise markings on her back are just like a little bit different. Not much of a huge, vast change, but it's something that I noticed, so I thought I'd point it out. Of course, we have another look at Joel here in the room. Now, I think this is the same exact room where we saw Joel and Ellie, playing the guitar for the first time or whatnot. As well as this is also the room where Tommy and Ellie were having their conversation about, like, where Ellie wants to leave tomorrow morning about whatever happened. And we can also see this because if you go right here and pause frame, this is the door, and that's the same exact like light switch where we see where Ellie opens the door and Tommy comes in with like some belongings or something, and you can see that light switch on the side. So this is the same exact room that we're gonna, I guess, have plenty of cutscenes in and spend some time in as well. And then, okay, now I remember, okay, so we were talking about, okay, later on this trailer we have like a scene of Ellie and Dina, which where we have a screenshot of that, and we thought that Ellie and Dina were together after the death of whoever died inside that room, I guess. But it turns out that is not true because Ellie and Dina, they went to Eugene's like cabin after, you know, Dina got lost. She caught back up with her. They went to Eugene's cabin. Or smoking weed. Well, if you actually look at the screenshot, her bruise on her eye isn't nearly as bad as it was right here, which it tells me that scene took place before all this other stuff happened. Like before all this, you know, Ellie's going crazy. I think that was like their romance night whenever they're like watching the movies or whatnot and like smoking. So this scene right here takes place after that scene with Dina, because if you just look at the bruise on her face, like, you know, obviously
I'm leaving tomorrow.
She's leaving. She's obviously probably about to run into Seattle, because we're about to see her in a second. This is where she finally gets to the Seattle quarantine zone where the WLF now occupy the abandoned space, which is pretty fucking cool. Can't wait to see this.
To do this smart, we'd be leaving Jackson vulnerable.
This is the first time we have any type of like, in this trailer at least, the first time we have any like resemblance of Seraphites being in a certain area, like occupying a space, because as you guys can see, we have people that have been lynched, they have been hanged, and they have been gutted, which is vile. That is actually, that's pretty wicked. And yeah, that's pretty crazy, honestly. This shot says a lot, to be honest. Like, it really shows you the world that we're in. Like, that's crazy. Also, this is clearly gameplay. Like, this is gameplay with no HUD, obviously, and it looks phenomenal.
So they just get to get away with this?
Look at Tommy's face. He's bruised. So, I mean, Ellie's bruised, Tommy's bruised. They're both hurt. They're both hurt. I don't know. And then, wait, let's. Okay, right here. So we see that Ellie is actually like blowing up right here. So you see, like, obviously, but that's an explosion. She's fighting the WLF. We know they're super armed, as Tommy actually said in the trailer before. Okay. And if there's an explosion, they definitely have some like military armory, and I can't wait to see how that plays. Because like in The Last of Us, we usually don't see like big vast gunfights, but I wonder in this game if we would see stuff like that, mainly because like you know, they're very much armed and they have a lot of weapons. And let's say Ellie, she's there in the same exact space, she can get a hold of the stuff they have as well, and maybe there might be like some super action-esque areas of this game, which is, that'll be interesting to see. But that's pretty crazy that she survived a whole explosion. This guy, now call me crazy, but I think this is the same exact dude who ambushed Ellie inside the that room whenever she was like walking in. This has to be the same exact guy. This is I think that is, if call me crazy, but I'll show the picture side by side. I think that's the same as that guy, and of course he's using Ellie's switchblade against her. Quick little question, quick little note, just that's super interesting to me. This scene is actually, I kid you not, this is ripped 1000% exactly from the E3 gameplay trailer, because they actually changed the pins on Ellie's backpack to where she has a spaceship, as well as like, you know, the original pin she had of like the wings. She doesn't have the spaceship in that E3 gameplay, and she has it in the final version of the game. In this clip right here, she doesn't have the spaceship on her backpack, which means they clearly just took this scene from the E3 gameplay and placed it into the trailer. They didn't actually take it from the final version of the game. I thought that was really interesting. It's not that serious. It's not a big deal. It's a trailer, but pretty cool detail if you guys didn't already know that. Okay, right. Oh, we just missed this. So I think, now call me crazy, okay? I think this area right here is, okay, I think this is the same exact area where we saw this one guy in the release date trailer like torturing the random dude that we didn't know who it was, that people are trying to speculate is Tommy. I don't really think it's Tommy, but people are trying to say that. This seems like the same exact area that guy was in, and this kind of looks like his men. Like, because if you go like later on in the trailer, you look at their clothes and stuff, she seems like she's a part of that group. So I feel like this is like that same exact area, and of course Ellie's going fucking berserk, about to slice her throat like it's nothing. Which is crazy. But this game is gonna be crazy. This game is gonna be literally awesome. Now, this right here is not the subway. I feel like a lot of people might think this is the subway section, just because, of course, we have like the red lighting, we have the gas mask, we have the flashlights. But Ellie inside the subway in the release day trailer, she was wearing like a hoodie. She was wearing like the hoodie outfit as well as like a gas mask. Here she doesn't have either of those, so this is not that area of the game. I'm not exactly sure where this is. There's an exit sign. I'm not sure what this is, but obviously she found whoever she's looking for, because the guy's like, how'd you find us? So yeah, and it looks like he's a part of that group. Again, the same exact group that was torturing old dude inside that bathroom. And there's spores there. Look, there's spores there, which means this is definitely a different area.
You can't stop this.
You can't stop this. Okay, right here, I think this takes place after the explosion, because she's already on the ground and there's smoke around. So as you guys can, like, if you go back here where the explosion actually happened, I think it was, where was it? It's right here.
Get away with this.
The explosion happens. She falls down to the ground. We come forward. If you like put this together, the guy probably runs up on her, knocks her out, and then boom, she probably gets captured. Here we see her like stitching up a wound on her arm. And I just gotta say, Ellie looking real fit. Look at the hands, look at the arms. She looking mad fit. I fuck with it.
I want what you want.
That shit's brutal, bro. We don't know exactly what, there's like no context to this. There's nothing I can really say, but other is a clean ass shot. And I fuck with the variety of outfits in this game. Bro, I love when like game developers, when they make their game, they have a variety in clothing. I don't like staying inside the same clothing in a game for too long. Like I like customization and stuff. I'm not saying this game is gonna have customization, but as long as there's like a good variety of like when missions as the game progresses and her clothes change, I really appreciate that. Like I take high appreciation for stuff like that. So the fact that like we've seen her outfit change like 3-4 times in this trailer, I really do like that. I appreciate that highly.
But not at any cost.
Another look at the workbench. This is one of the coolest things about The Last of Us Part 2. I cannot wait to see this mechanic in place. I really want to just like go through all the different weapons and see all the different animations for all the different upgrades. Like I take high appreciation for this because it's a big step forward against what they had in The Last of Us Part 1. Plus, you know, they didn't have to go through and make it this detailed. Like this is very detailed. Like they didn't, this is like a whole fucking like mini game to like upgrade weapons. They didn't have to do all these animations and stuff. Like you could tell like the work that they put into this game to truly make it like, you know, something that's truly next level. And I'm excited to see how like everything plays out with all the upgrades. I'm very excited to see that, as well as like the supplements. We didn't get any supplement look inside this game as well. Yeah, we did back in September, but I'm talking like in this trailer. Now here, of course, I think this is again the same exact group that she was chasing down, that has to do with the guy with the that was torturing old dude inside the bathroom. And I think these guys are also part of the same exact group where he was like, how'd you find us? I might be wrong, but yeah. Put him at gunpoint. Sick ass shot again. The shaking hands. I'm still curious to see, like, now that we know more, I feel like this is still like in the back of like people's minds. Probably not, but I still wonder if Ellie's infection is going to mutate over the course of this game. I still wonder about that. I still wonder that. I'm not forgetting about that. I'm not forgetting. We're going to see. Then we have that shot where we had that screenshot where she's like in the red ambient lighting. And of course, this isn't the subway due to the clothing. So yeah.
I really hope you make it.
This seems like Jesse walks out on Ellie for whatever reason. We're not exactly sure. He says, I really hope you make it. And he just walks out on her. And she's like left like distraught. So maybe they had some type of beef. I don't know what exactly happened. But of course, bro, Ellie is not stopping by any cost, because she's literally breaking relationships with everyone at this point. Later on in the trailer, we're going to see her walk away from Joel. Now Jesse's walking out on her. Like, I don't know what's going on, why she's like so determined, why she's so forced, but it's pretty fucking crazy that, you know, she's this determined. Like, I don't know, like it's crazy that she's this determined. It really is. Like it's kind of unbelievable. Then we had this shot again where we saw Ellie fight the Shambler inside the subway, where she's actually wearing the hoodie and the gas mask. Saw that was Seattle back there. Now, okay, this scene, I feel like this could be where Ellie and Joel have their conversation about what really happened back at the hospital, the Firefly Hospital. And I mean, it would make sense. Like, what else would make Ellie be crying and she just walks out on Joel in the middle of nowhere like that? Like, this could be where the truth comes to light. Not exactly sure, but I'm interested to find out. We still don't have context behind what they're talking about right here. And I thought when this trailer dropped, we'd have some context behind the conversation at hand, and we don't, which sucks. But I can't wait to play and find out. See, look at it. She looks like, what the fuck? Right here, I kid you not, right here. This is not a random character. Do not let this fool you. This chick looks exactly like Chelsea Tavares, which is the character that Chelsea Tavares is an actor that we know that is going to be in The Last of Us Part 2. Okay. But we don't know who she plays in The Last of Us Part 2. Now, hey, tell me if I'm wrong or not. Does this not look exactly like Chelsea Tavares? I'm going to put these side by side. I kid you not. She looks like Chelsea Tavares. She does. She does. Now we see this guy again. This is the guy who was torturing the guy in the basement. I mean, the bathroom in that one scene for release date trailer. As you guys can see, look at the clothing, look at the hairline, and if you look from the backside of the other scene, you can clearly tell this is the same as that guy. We don't know who this is. Brand new character. Don't know his name, but we know he's a part of if this is the WLF or not. And he's like telling his men to like stand down. So who knows who he's standing off with right here? But you know, I'm ready to see. Right here, we have Ellie walking up on some... I don't know who this is. We can't really get a clear shot to know who it is, but she's walking up on somebody. She's going to vigorously murder them by the end of the trailer.
Finish it.
Again, shots that are recycled. This is the melee combat. Okay, this is like one of the sickest scenes of the cutscene to me, because like, look at this. Look at that. That looks sick. Like, I can't wait to see how the entirety of the melee combat works out. That actually looks nasty. Look at that. That looks fucking sick. Then we have, again, the Chelsea Tavares character, I think, and she's like at a standoff. You know, like, this seems like some fucking hardcore... My bad, I just had a hiccup. This seems like some hardcore ass shit. No cap.
Cost.
Okay, right here. I think this takes place before Jesse walks out on Ellie, personally. I just hit my mic. Personally, I think so. This has to take place before, again, Jesse walks out. Now, this is the scene that I was talking about earlier in this breakdown. If you look at Ellie's face, she does not have the black eye, which means this takes place before. Like, this is the same exact scene whenever at the beginning of release date trailer when Dina and Ellie were smoking. Again, this is after Dina got lost and Ellie found her in the patrol section of the game, which is pretty cool. See, so Dina's alive. Or wait, I don't think Dina dies. I think Dina's definitely alive. Dina's alive. And then, of course, there's another scene where we see, like, I guess, Tommy comforting Ellie. Now, this is interesting. So, I kind of want to say that this scene right here, if you think back to the release date trailer again, you know how the car crashed and there's, like, a runner that jumps through the window, like, before the car crashes? This could be that same exact area of the game. I don't think it happens right here exactly just because they're in a gunfight with WLF. But I think this would be the same exact car that Ellie ends up crashing with whoever she's with. Because as you guys can see, there's actually someone driving in the car right here. You see somebody's driving. This is not Joel's backpack. This actually looks like it to be Jesse's backpack. So I think whoever's driving this car is in fact Jesse. Plus, whenever we watch like that other scene when the car crashes, she's inside the passenger seat. And right here in this scene, she's inside the passenger seat. So I think those two scenes like line up together whenever she crashes, like with the runners and with this like car chase sequence right here, which is fucking crazy. This game's gonna be crazy how this stuff plays out. Of course, we have Ellie walking out on Joel. Crazy stuff. We saw this coming, of course, in the screenshots. Now, I don't exactly know how Ellie is like damn near on the brink of being stabbed in her face when she had these guys at gunpoint earlier. How did it get to this? Like, where is it? How did it get to this? Where is it? I gotta find it. Right here. How did she go from, this is the same, how did she go from having them at gunpoint to being ran up on like this? Like, I don't know. I'm interested to see how the fuck that happened. And then right here, now this is where shit get mad fucking interesting. So, I don't know if you guys know who the mystery woman is. Everybody should know who the mystery woman is. Okay, so if you look at this chick's wrist, she has like the same exact marking, like bruise marking from the mystery woman who got tied up and like hung. And you, as you guys can see, this is her left wrist. If you go to the teaser trailer 2 from Paris Games Week, okay, where we see the mystery woman for the first time, we can see those same exact markings on her wrist that we see on this one right here. If you actually look at her left wrist, I'll put it on screen, you can see it's the same exact marking that's on the wrist of this character or person right here that's holding onto Ellie's arm. Now, the thing about this scene right here, we can't tell, like, this can be perceived both ways. Ellie could be either killing somebody right here or trying to save somebody right here. We're not exactly sure, okay? She could be either trying to kill somebody or save somebody. She's obviously, like, looks like she's crying a bit. There's obviously a lot of blood. Maybe the blood could be, you know, the blood of the person who's dying that she's trying to save, or the blood of the person who she's trying to kill. And, of course, either way, she looks like she's going through a lot of emotion, so we'll have to wait and see. Part's crazy. That part's crazy.
We could have killed you.
Also want to go back right quick.
We could have killed you.
Maybe you should have.
The trailer ends. So the person's like, we could have killed you. And she's like, maybe you should have. I don't exactly know who she's talking to. I don't want to say that sounds like Laura Bailey's character, which is the Mystery Woman. They kind of sound different. That's what some people are trying to tell me, though, that could be Laura Bailey's character. Some people try to say it's Marlene. Marlene is dead as fuck. There's no way that's Marlene. Plus, why would Marlene want to kill Ellie? Makes no sense. I mean, yeah, the surgery, but she said we could have killed you. So Marlene definitely can't be Marlene. It's not. So, I mean, we'll have to wait and see, like, when the game comes out, who was trying to kill Ellie. Like, who could have had the chance to kill Ellie and didn't. We'll have to wait and see. But that's, like, everything I got out of this trailer, honestly. There's, like, nothing else I could really touch on. But, yeah, I'm ready to play the game. Super exciting. June 19th. We are about 40 days away from June 18th, which is the night that the game actually launches. And, yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed the breakdown. Remember, avoid spoilers. Do not go into the comment section. If you could be sure to leave a like for your boy and subscribe to the channel if you're brand new, because I do cover The Last of Us Part 2 here on the channel quite often. And, you know, I do other things of higher quality, like video essays and stuff. And, yeah, I really appreciate the support. And I'll see you guys next time with another banger.